You see this? I follow the same structure. This is for your question you asked me. Install.rdf, chrome.manifest. Probably I'll just open it up for you to see. This is how you create an overlay file. You put an overlay and you want to say where you want this to be. The first is where you, this is your source. The destination is from there. Copy that content, put it here. That's what it's telling there. You see this? This is the passwords getting system. You see, it's very simple. It's just 4 lines. You don't have to write complex code to steal data there. This is your XPCOM. I'm interacting with the XPCOM, components.classes, which with XPCOM, everything is components and classes. So I'm mixing, I could have taken this components in a separate one, classes in a separate one. I chose to put both of them together. I'm saying which component. I want to go for the login manager component. In anything in an email format. If you put it like that, the Firefox accepts it. So this is what I have put. Now let's do it. How many people here use NoScript? Great. So you know what NoScript does, right? Do you know NoScript has something called whitelist? Okay. What would happen if a malicious site got installed into the whitelist? Exactly. It would get executed. So if you put an extension, you could basically effectively write to the NoScript folder also. Let me show this. Let me see. Do you see that? It automatically got installed, but it just gave me an error warning saying that a new add-on has been installed. It did not ask me permissions to say whether add-on has to be installed. Do you want the permissions? No, nothing like that. And I can control this box also. Okay. I'm just going to remove this. See, in the whitelist, these are the by default whitelisted sites. By default, even Chrome is whitelisted. That's the reason why this gets executed. Anything running from the Chrome privileges is not being monitored by NoScript. See that? It automatically came back there. So this I have shown you as a clicking of a button and everything. This is just to show you a demo. What if you just install an extension which looks like tamper data and has this functionality in there? You would lose immediately the capability to monitor your scripts. That's one of it. There are a couple of more. Do you want to see some more? What more can you do? Maybe a keylogger? I'm not getting into the code of this, how it's being done. I'll post it online or something, and maybe I'll post it to 10 pixel site, and you can get the code. I just put all of it online, and you can take a copy of it. So, because how much time do I have more? Okay, then I have some time. You have to restart your browser every time you install an extension. That's this one. But I've been reading about it. I've not still thought about this, but there's a new system, a new method in which Mozilla has said that you could install extensions without restarting it. There's a new feature. So that would be interesting. If that comes in, we could install malicious extensions and you don't even have to restart it.
A forceful kill will also do the same thing? If we kill the process and then start it, then it will look.
It's the same process. I'm just killing the process and restarting it. When you restart it, what happens is it just goes, sees what files needs to be picked up and brings it in its own memory there. That's what it's doing. That's why you need to restart it. And in the new method, they're trying to see if they can make it automatic. You see this link? I didn't go to this site. What happened? Well, do you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I was typing all this. What happened was, whatever I typed in there just got picked up and sent. It's being done with a very simple concept. I'll show you how this is being done. And you see this? What I have done is I made an event listener. What it's looking for is every key press that is happening. And it is recording all these key events. When it reaches to 20, it makes an XML HTTP request and sends it out. Do you think that's simple? That's just 3 lines of code. And that's what it can do. A simple one. The most important thing is I am not bypassing any security control here. I have not bypassed it to say, so if this goes to this one, I'm not using any of the functions which Mozilla bans me from using. I am using an XML HTTP request, which is normal. I can use event listeners, because without event listeners, you can't make any extensions at all. So this will pass the code review and it will get installed. If it happens like that, any code that you send is automatically being sent here. So what I've done is I just take this. What this is being done is it's being sent to my site there. And this logger.txt. I think I can double click it. Let me see if I can go to the folder and open it for you. This has been recording a lot of my passwords, so I've not deleted this file.
Pull out the camera.
That's a lot of data in there. That's actually some of my work, some of the things that I type in Google, some of my passwords also in there, but obviously it's a little too not so easy for you, and probably by today afternoon I'll remove this code at all, this text file. So that basically is showing you how I can steal your keystrokes that you post there.
So Prasanna, can we defend against this?
Yes.
By adding arrows into all values.
Okay, I'm jumping the gun a little bit. I would have spoken about it. What we as DevPixel are building a tool which basically will scan all the extensions that you have. It will scan each one of your extensions, see the activity which each one of them is doing. So let's say you have like this example I like today morning, you pull a fish and drop it into the bowl. There are some game-based extensions also. You can play with fishes with even a browser. If something like that is there and it's doing an XML HTTP request, we would point it out and say this fish game of yours is sending an XML HTTP request. This should be released, and within a max of 15 days period of time we have the prototype running. We just have to make a GUI for you so that it's easy for everyone to use. So this will give you an edge to see what is the behavior of each one of these extensions. So even if you install it, you can see what these extensions are doing. Would that answer your question?
No, I was actually trying to try the document.
I didn't get it, so sorry. The last one in this malicious is files. You could, the power of a Firefox XPCOM is that you can even create files. So you know that you cannot create files using a browser, right? All of us know that it's a cardinal rule that you cannot create files on the local system. Because what if some guy gives us a mistake? What I can show is there are ways that you could create files. You could create files inside a local system by an extension itself. That's because the extension runs on the Chrome privilege. Chrome privilege has any power to do anything. That's the reason why I was touching on some of these Mozilla platform basics. I'm not going to get into the file component. I'll post it, you can run it and you can see it when you're online. Okay. When we're doing these installs, some of the interesting facts that we found out is you could put the single file and install. This is not something that I have found. This is something which Mozilla uses it for a QA person. The idea of putting this file is you could change multiple iterations into an extension. You need not install every time. That's the reason why Firefox has built this capability. But you as a hacker can subvert these capabilities. The most important one that we found out is that you could install extensions out of map drives. You could load your extensions on a map drive and they can be called immediately. That was the most interesting find we found. The problem when you do something like that is the idea is some of these security controls that Mozilla has been bringing these days is saying that we will not allow global pickup of data, but we will allow Chrome data to be picked up. Some of the functions that they have changed in the last few days is by adding a capability where earlier you could make a HTTP request to bring some data. They said now no HTTP request can be made. So, but they said all your Chrome data can be made. Now, the problem that happens when something like that happens is the idea of Mozilla is Chrome will always be inside your local system. It will not be outside your local system. So we will trust it to a certain level. But what if you run the Chrome on a different machine somewhere else? The data. So you're like an attacker, you install something there and your Chrome is installed on a separate machine and I use this malicious functions. What will happen is this code that is there on the remote machine can be picked up immediately. That's one of the problems that we found because of this. And if your GUID matches with some other extension, your content will overwrite his. Like I said, because it's being a flat system, it can do anything. So what you do is, if some extension tells it is like tamper data, it can override the tamper data's functionality itself. This brings me to one of the most important things is cross-context switching. What this means is, what if you have an extension pre-installed and you just go to a web page and you get compromised? All that is possible. What I'm going to concentrate is some of the DOM handlers and bypassing wrappers. I'll get to bypassing wrappers, explain you what is bypassing wrappers. The first one that I'm going to be looking at is, all of you know that you've been using JavaScript, you know what event handlers are, and what we are going to do is we are going to create the drag and drop capability. Basically what it does is when you have a div element, which basically, sorry, lost my thought for that. When you drag and drop elements, the element of the object drags and drops. But what happens in a div element is when you drag and drop with it, even the methods, the event handlers that are there with that object gets transferred with it. So what we can do is we can create a malicious component with malicious event handlers to it. When you drag and drop it, even that can be handled into it. And you drop it into an extension, what will happen is the content gets copied to it and the extension runs it. The next one is create event. What is a create event is inside an extension, you are saying I'm going to create an event, I'm going to listen for the actions, and this create event can be triggered off from a web page. Okay, so I have an event, and this event is going to be triggered from the web page. So when the web page triggers it, it can send any kind of information to it. And if the extension picks up this information and uses it for processing, you have a bypass. Let me have a demo of that.